Now this is a 1999 Yamaha R1. It's exactly what you want to see, isn't it, when you're taking a new bike apart first time. First of all, I've noticed it doesn't seem to have any coolant in it. Ooh. So I've got the cover off the alarm, and that's what you'll see inside. Bingo! Goodbye. Never want to see you again. So the alarm is now sorted, thank God. Now it's time to change the oil. So let's start it up and warm it through and drop the oil out and then refill it again. Simple as that. So let's hope this works. Choke. The last time you saw a choke. Ooh, smells nice. Sweet as a nut, this engine. I can't even hear. I can't even hear that engine. There's no rattles. There's no knocks. Absolutely silent. On this side there, just no noise at all. More choke off. It's like no head noise, no rattling. It's a beauty, this one. I think she's an absolute beauty. There's something about the smell of a carbed bike. It just smells different to a fuel injected machine. Oh, it smells really nice. Ah. There's something about old school bikes, isn't there? There's just something about them. The throttle response is so instantaneous. You turn the throttle, the revs increase. There's none of this lag or throttle lag through ride-by-wire, just instant response. I have a bit of a feeling this oil hasn't been in this bike very long. Looking at that air filter, it's brand new. The guy I mentioned did change some oil. He's given me some oil with it. So, and that filter looks brand new on the bike. So I don't think that oil's been in it very long, but never mind. We'll change it out and then at least I know what's going in it. Something very decent. What I'm going to do as part of this oil change is actually take a sample of the oil, send it off for analysis. Now I've got a video coming where I analyse the oil on all of my bikes, so I'm not going to tell you the results of the analysis in this video. You'll have to watch my oil analysis video where I'll tell you what it said. But as I say, this oil hasn't been in this bike very long, so I don't know what we'll be able to learn from it, if anything. But let's see. Sample. Looks pretty good, that. That's not very old, that one. So there we go. There is my sample of oil, my specimen. So we'll send that off, see how she comes back. We will leave that to drain. One other thing I wanted to check is I noticed the clutch was like a little bit snatchy on the bike, a tiny bit. So I'm just debating whether to drop the casing off and just check the condition of the clutch while we're here, while we've got oil drained. waggly clutch pin. It's meant to be like that, don't worry. So I have decided to replace the clutch. I mean, it's probably okay, but I can't measure the blooming steels and the plates because my calipers, the battery's flat. So, and you can see the steels are a little bit rusty and stuff. I'm sure this is absolutely fine, but while it's apart, while we're doing this, I've bought a whole new EBC clutch to put in. So new steels, new fibres. So that's on the way, but unfortunately that means it's going to be a couple of days until it turns up. So I've ordered a new gasket. I've ordered the steels and plates, so let's fast forward until when it arrives. Oh, hang on. How's it this hand? There we go. Power YouTube. So new steels, new fibres. I've just had a look and done a bit of comparison, and it seems to be the correct kit from what I can tell. Just open one of the steels and do a comparison. You know, before you fit a clutch kit, you're supposed to soak it in new oil for, I think, 24 hours. So I will do that as well. I'm just having a comparison that there's not too much wrong with these steels, to be fair. So there's a little bit of discoloration on there, but there's the new ones. But I thought, you know what, while I'm in here, let's do a job once, do it properly. So I really should have taken this to Steve Jordan to do, shouldn't I? Ugh. So I found some old oil I had lurking around, and very carefully, because it had a little bit of oil left in it, I thought I'd make myself a little tray. And you start doing something, it sounds like a good idea when you start, and then before you know it, you're in another mess. Oh God. Give me a little swoosh in the oil. That is my fibres soaking in fresh 10W40. Not my dear stuff, this is just some semi WD-40. Not using my expensive Silk Clean oil for soaking clutch plates. But we'll leave them in there now. So we're going to put those elsewhere very, very carefully. Very, very carefully, Chopsy. Watch your step. Watch your step. Ah! While I was at it, I decided I may as well change the coolant as well. I just topped up the reserve bottle, so I thought let's swap all the coolant out. Took the rad cap off. That's quite the colour. Silcoline Mag Cool Engine Coolant, the Meg. So here are my fibres. They have been soaking all night. Oh, look at those. Look at those beauties. This is going to be one lucky job. Right, let's put them on there. So there's our new clutch. I'll get rid of this oil now before that ends up everywhere. So here are our fibres. Now these are all identical apart from one which has a smaller bit of fibre. That's because that one sits over the inner piece. So let's start putting this together. So first of all, there's a little metal piece which sits right against in there. I haven't taken that out. And then this piece, which has got a slight dish on it, goes on top, and it says on it outside. So the outside bit facing you, basically, slip that on. And then you take the fibre, which has a bigger centre, and you slip that over, and that will sit over that internal little ring. So that fibre is sitting over the top of that ring, if you can see it in there. Then you put in the first steel. I think these can go in either way. There's no right or wrong way. There's a sharper edge there, a more beveled edge pointing outwards. Push him right in. And the next bit is a little bit tricky. You've got this metal clip which sits in a little recess around this inner basket, and there's a little piece under here where these ends You can see those ends sit through. So let's try and put one in first. I have to get a little screwdriver or something to... Oh, this is going to be tricky. There we go, let's just put him through, make sure he's fully through. And then this is hard enough to get off, let alone put in. That's too far through now. There we go. Weave that all the way around. Make sure it's seated in the groove. Oh, this is going to be hard. If this goes in, I'm going to be lucky man. Oh, I think I've done it. You might just see that there, that little wire ring tucked in that little groove there. And then just keep on putting it together. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to put these fibres and steels in, if I'm honest. Like that. Next up, we put the pressure plate back on with these little noggins facing out towards the back of the bike. Yeah, that's definitely locked in. And then we take, I think it's the, is it pressure plate, all of this? And there's another little thing in here, another little sort of spacer ring in there, which that then sits into like so. And then we just basically tighten everything down. It all looks a bit rattly at the moment, doesn't it? Torque wrench, let's have a look. 8 Newton, this is my smallest torque wrench. Tiny little baby one for really lightweight stuff. This one only goes up to 20. So 8 Newton meters. There we go. Job done. Always remember to wind off your torque wrenches once you finish torquing. That's how they get ruined. Not winding off the spring crusher. Aha. Bloody hell, it's blowing a hoolie outside today. So this is the, I've heard this is can be quite tricky to get this on. So yeah, joys of joy. So this back towards me apparently. That ridge is on that pointing towards the back of the bike. Because of that waggly. Oh, I think we're in. I think we're in. I'm just going to pull the clutch lever, see if that feels like it's working before I tighten everything up. Oh yeah, that's smooth. Smooth operator. So that is the clutch refitted. Seems right on the lever, but of course the proof of the pudding is getting the oil back in the bike and just testing it, see how it feels as I pull away. But it's got quite a nice action on the lever at the moment, so yeah, quite excited about that. New clutch and everything. God, you can win this bike, guys. It's going to be fantastic when it's done, isn't it? It's already, I'm almost regretting saying I'm going to give it away or sell tickets. Well, I'm going to be giving it away because I'm actually starting to really like this now, and it's actually much cleaner, much better than I thought it was going to be. So someone's going to get absolute fantastic bike here. So all that is left to do is fill the bike up with oil with the old favourite, the 10W40 Pro 4XP, fully synthetic Silcoline oil. This oil is what I put in all my bikes basically. It's their top of the range fully synthetic oil, so this, you can't buy better than this basically. Only the best for this girl. And huge thanks to Silcoline for actually providing me this oil and stuff. So I have to say, Silcoline did provide me all this just for legal reasons, obviously. 2.7 litres apparently. And I wonder if I can just pour it straight in with these little bags. That's going to make it really, really easy, isn't it? Let's just literally glug it in. Go for another one. There we go, 2 litres. So we should need about half of this one. Be careful, because this does actually come out really fast. Yeah. It seems to take a little while to sort of show on the sight glass, because there's a big air bubble coming down now. What I'll do, of course, I'll fire the bike up now and just get some of that oil through into the new filter and everything else. Bit of choke. Oh, bloody battery. Come on, you bag of shite. Yep, I'd better add a new battery to the shopping list. It's almost there, so maybe when I connect this to the battery, it might be enough just to kick it into life, as it were. Come on, baby. Pain. Oh, God. I hate batteries. So while I'm waiting for the blooming battery to charge, I'm going to start another job. And that is fitting some new brake lines to this machine and just changing all the fluid. It's got a set of Goodrich lines on at the moment, but looking a little bit corroded, and they're all blue. They're colour-coded blue. I don't want none of this colour-coded blue stuff on my bike, including the blue screen. That will be going, by the way. But we've got a new set of lines, so let's take these lines off, get all the fluid out of the machine, and redo the brake fluid and fit new lines. Simple as that. Hell performance. Hell of a set of brake lines. So these are the lines which are on it. Like I say, a little bit rusty, but they're blue. And everyone loves this blue screen, don't they? Surely it's a favourite. Get yourself a syringe and just suck out that excess fluid like that. There we go. Original screen or double bubble blacked out screen.